Hey everybody, great to see you today. So I decided to change things up and give you a different view of my beautiful yard because all of the ferns are coming up and the daffodils and the tulips, and it's just so exciting for me, spring, because it's all of that great new energy. In Asian medicine, spring is wood. And I always think of, hey, Hannah Lisa, when I think of spring and Asian medicine and wood, I always think of those new buds, on the trees. And that's how I remember that spring is all about wood. Hey, Geneva. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a shiatsu massage therapist, body-mind expert in Northern Illinois. I do one-on-one work with people. I only work with women, and I specialize in helping them navigate the ups and downs of living in today's world from a body-mind Asian medicine perspective. And then I also do online coaching programs and these daily live streams. So today we're talking about the secret ingredient to really good advice. So I'm going to start how I got to this. I've had a love-hate relationship with vitamins all of my life. I would start to take them, they were good for me, and then I'd stop taking them because I didn't see an effect, and why bother? And I did this my entire life, going back and forth and back and forth. And as I've kind of evolved and learned how, my body-mind works and how the human body-mind works in general, I started to realize that a lot of things that were being told to me weren't very good, hey Cassandra, unless I had this one secret ingredient involved with them. So with vitamins, I've started taking them again. And but this time I'm a lot smarter. And so when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do is I drink a glass of water and I take two really great dense vitamins. They're great for, getting all your antioxidants and all that other neat jazz. I very particularly chose them. So I used to take vitamins, catch as catch can, maybe a couple hours after I woke up. I wanted to make sure I didn't take them too late until I realized that vitamins gave me an energy boost. And so all these years, the good advice has been take vitamins, take good vitamins, it helps get you what you need. And I was taking them at the wrong time. I wasn't taking them in the morning or later in the afternoon, let's say after lunch, when I needed a pick-me-up. And that's kind of the core of our message today, is there's so much fabulous advice out there. And the advice that you give people, the advice that people give you is wonderful. It's usually based on, either an objective perspective or getting a little bit of distance from the problem or people's own life experiences. And so it makes almost all advice that we're given really great advice. But why doesn't that advice work for us? It doesn't work for us because it's all about timing. The advice that we've been given and that we've been giving to other people has missed a really valuable ingredient. It's missed timing. So I'll give vitamin D for an example. When I learned that vitamin D would give me a pick-me-up, hey, Deb, great to see you. When I learned that vitamin D would give me a pick-me-up, then I started to keep vitamin D around in a liquid little bottle form. And whenever I started to notice my energy flagging, I would just take a little bit of vitamin D, or I would take a little bit of B12. We have been trained through our world that, there's all of these things which will fix us right away. All these pharmaceutical drugs, caffeine, sugar, all of it. And what they do is they make us feel worse. We've been sold a pack of lies, as some of my mentors would say. We've been told that these things will work, and they do. But, if water was as heavily marketed as let's say erectile dysfunction, we would be so much healthier and we wouldn't have as many issues of, let's say, erectile dysfunction, because people would be making better choices for their body and their mind. And so if you're like me, you've tried all sorts of great things. You've been like, oh, I'll do magnesium. Oh, I'll do, a supplement here. Oh, I should do this. I should do that. And they never worked for us. And people would say, oh, give it time. It takes time to work. Well, you know what? I'm not a really patient human being. And so I don't have a lot of desire to wait it out 2 months until, to see results of what I'm doing. I want to see things right away, and I want it to help me right away. Hey, Julianne, I want to see a benefit to me now, and a benefit that keeps me going, that keeps me motivated. So when people say, oh, exercise is great for depression, exercise is great for depression. Exercise is terrible for depression when you're so depressed that you can hardly move, that your nervous system is shut down, that all you're doing is staring at the wall. Right now, exercise is the last possible thing that you could do, even though it's the best cure for depression. Instead, what we have to get good at, and what we have to start communicating to people with our advice, hey, Carolyn, with the things that we tell people, the really great advice that we give, is we need to include the secret ingredient of timing. When do you drink the water? When do you take the vitamin D? When do you speak up and speak your mind? We're trained, let's say, in a lot of self-help stuff, that you need to speak up and speak your mind and stand your ground. Have you ever noticed that when you are ready to speak up and, stand your ground is usually the worst time to communicate with someone? Because they're pushing, which means that they're in, as we talked about yesterday, an old brainwave pattern, and we're pushing back. We're not going to get anywhere that way. If you want to speak your mind, and that is critical to be a healthy adult human being, you have to time it better. You have to look at when is the best time to say these things. You have to get good at feeling the energy around you and recognizing the best times. So in all of this advice that we're given, and so much is good, so much is fabulous, what they're missing is telling you when or how to do it. They're missing like the real world experience. It's all based on research. A lot of these things about you should take supplements, it will make you feel better. It's based on research. It's not based on people in the trenches walking with their boots dirty saying, yes, you need to take this, but you need to take this when you're starting to feel your energy flag. So why do I take my vitamins first thing in the morning rather than just randomly throughout the day? Because when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel very good, which means that I'm moody. It means that it's hard for me to get started. And for most people, caffeine is the answer. What I would suggest is, let's say with your vitamins, try taking them even before you get out of bed. Keep them next to your bed and then drink it with your glass of water. If you need a little bit of food, keep a little bit of food next to your bed too. Keep these things for when you need them. So what about meditation? When we try to meditate? When we feel craziest. That is the most ridiculous time to try to meditate, because there's no way. You're totally going to fail. But if you notice that you're starting to feel a little off, that's when you meditate. So we have failed at so many things, epic fails. Trust me, I've had thousands and thousands of epic fails. We've failed in so many things and we've given up for them. All of these beautiful, wonderful, healthy habits that move us in a positive direction and keep us in a good space. All the things that we should do. If I just should do something, I'm probably not going to do it, because it means that I don't have enough reasons on the you should do it side of the scale. I have enough, human ego, laziness on the other side of the scale that's balancing it out. So when you want to do something, you have to find the benefits. You have to feel the benefits. You have to recognize the benefits. Why do I take vitamins now? Oh my God, because they make me feel so much better. Yeah, yes, you meditate an hour every morning for other safety. Exactly, Geneva. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't do these things. You don't take vitamins when you're already feeling pretty good, because then you don't get that really great positive impact. You take the vitamins when you're starting to not feel good, and they'll make you feel better. You drink the water when you kind of don't feel good. Not when you're dehydrated and you have the headache. Of course you should take it then, but you should take it when your energy starts to flag, when you start to feel a little bit worn down. That's when you drink the water. You know, if you're having digestive issues, drink the water when your digestion is screwed up. If you have to go for the Tums, go for the Tums. Hey, Nikki, or go for the ginger, you know, which is my preference. Go for what you need to go to. But if you recognize that, oh, if I drink the water before I eat, I'm going to digest things so much better. And if I digest them better, I'm not going to have the stomach issues. So when you start giving advice to people, I want you to begin to add the timing. I want you to begin to add that little secret piece that nobody's talking about, that everybody talks about. Well, you should do this. You should take magnesium. You should take, potassium. You should, do live streams every day. You should, send out an email to your list. You should, garden. You should get your hands in the dirt. Yeah, you need to do these things when you first start feeling them. And when you give advice to people, you need to realize that without that secret ingredient of good timing, that whatever tool, whatever advice, whatever amazing insight and wisdom you have is not going to be very helpful. There's something I learned really interesting about marketing a couple years ago. Hey, Kathy, great to see you. Really interesting about marketing a couple years ago. And it was about, if you don't do things in order, if you don't do things in the right time, then your marketing is going to be completely ineffective. Because psychologically, body, mind, subconscious, we have a list that has to be addressed. We have things that have to be done in order. And if you don't do them in order, then you're going to be all messed up. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's all great to be spiritual and amazing and a guru and have all this wonderful wisdom. But if you don't feel secure in your lifestyle, hey, Jamie, nice to see you. If you don't feel secure, with your home or in your body or with what's going on in your life, you can be as spiritual and as amazing as you want to be, but it's not going to work. It's not going to do what you want it to do. So when you start giving good advice, I want you to pause for just a moment. And I want you to think about what would be the best time for someone to use this good advice. Because otherwise it's just good advice that they're going to try. It's not going to work. And then it's all about balance, Kathy. That's right. People will try it. It's not going to work. You're going to look like you don't know what you're talking about. And they're going to feel like they're still stuck and treading water and not going anywhere. All right? So when you listen to good advice, when people are giving you good advice, I want you to pause and think about the best timing for it. When's the best time to give bad news? Not as soon as you gave somebody a great dinner, because they haven't been feeling well. Now they've got this great dinner and you just ruined it. But instead, after they've been feeling good for a while, after they've been in a good space, that's when you can break bad news more gracefully or easily. Let's get good timing and good intuition back into our lives and stop just charging forward like bulls, trying out all of these different things coming at us to rescue us because we feel like we're drowning. All of those tools, all of that advice, almost all of it is perfect, but it's just been missing good timing. So here's your homework assignment for today. Today it is find one thing that good timing would be really helpful for. Maybe it's water. Maybe it's when you take your vitamins. Both of those I take first thing in the morning because that's when I need my pick-me-up. Maybe it's communicating with someone. Maybe it's asking for a raise. Maybe it's being vulnerable with somebody. Have you ever been vulnerable with somebody and it's not that they're bad people, it's just that it's a really bad time. And so they respond horribly. And then you end up completely devastated and traumatized again because here you are being vulnerable with someone and they just punched you in the face because their blood sugar is low. All right? It's all about timing here. So find one thing, one piece of good advice that you want to put into your life. And I want you to think about the best time to put it into your life, the best time to use it. And watch the positive benefit it will give you. I will probably continue after my love-hate relationship with vitamins all my life. I will probably continue to take my vitamins no matter what. Why? Because they are a magic pill that gives me energy and makes me feel better when I don't feel good, which is usually, by the time, hey, good for you, Hannah Lisa. You just took your vitamins and listened this morning and drank your water. Awesome. You are on a great track. So start thinking about those things. Stop thinking about, I just got to do it. I just got to do it. I'm a terrible person because I haven't exercised today, or I haven't eaten right, or I haven't taken my vitamins, or I haven't drank my water. Stop beating yourself up for that and just realize that, yeah, you should do it. And if you do it at the right time, you will feel so much better because that's what it's there to do. So for your good advice, pause and add that extra piece. When's the best time for someone to use that advice? Morning, noon, night, before you eat, when someone's in a good mood, after, sex, whatever it may be. Think about that, and then think about one piece coming into your life that you'd like to integrate, and think about the best time to do it, the time when it would be most helpful. Because if someone's already hydrated, then a bottle of water isn't really much use. But if somebody isn't hydrated, if they just woke up, then a bottle of water is nirvana, and you're going to remember it, and you're going to do it, and you're going to put it into your life, because now you know that there are lots of things out there, millions of things out there that will make you feel better and help you go on your right path. We've just been totally sold a bill of goods, a total lie about what will make us feel good. It's all been underground research sort of things. And if we had on billboards vitamin D marketing as heavily as, hair growth products, we would be in so much better shape. So you got to start doing that for yourself, okay? I hope you have a great rest of your week. Please like this, share this. It gives me motivation and keeps me going. Tomorrow's Friday. It'll be the last day. And I so appreciate you being here on my tribe. Comment on other people's comments. Be a source of love and inspiration and power and joy for all the people who are watching this. And we get a good amount who watch it every day. And so your comments get seen, they get engaged with, and they make an impact. I have a rule of thumb. Hey, John. My rule of thumb is somebody needs to hear what you have to say, and you need to hear what somebody else has to say. So comment in a loving, kind, supportive, nurturing way, because that's what this environment is. But comment and share your wisdom and insight, because we are all in this together. And when you do that, it means that I keep showing up Monday through Friday at 8:15 and doing these and being the cheerleader and rallying us all together and keeping us on a good path. Okay? I hope you have a great rest of the day. And stay healthy and have really good timing today. Talk to you later. Bye.